Greetings, loyal listeners and guests. This is Ray, from Cabin 12, here to give you an update. As you may have noticed, you are not listening to the Titan's Curse, Chapter 8. I know, weird, right? Yeah, there have been some extenuating circumstances, so we decided instead we're going to release one of our bonus episodes from the Patreon. Our regular episode is going to come out next Thursday, and thank you all so much for being patient with us. The good news is this is an incredibly fun episode. It's from last year, so it features Charlie and Taylor, along with their guest, Ray. That is R-A-E Ray, not me, R-A-Y-E Ray. That's, simple, right? You all get it. Okay, in this ep, Charlie and Ray tell Taylor all about the roguelike Hades from Supergiant Games, which, fucking slaps. It's such a good game. This episode's gonna be kind of a combination of overview and a pitch to get you to play it. And it even comes with a visual aid. The presentation mentioned in the episode is going to be linked in the show notes. Warning that this comes with spoilers. Thank you all for listening. Thank you so much, really. I hope you enjoy, and we're going to see you next week.
A half-blood of the eldest gods shall listen to this bonus show against all odds.
I'm Charlie from Cabin 13.
And I'm Taylor from Cabin 6. So Charlie, guess what?
What?
I have no clue what we're talking about today, and it's great.
I know, I'm so happy.
I know the bare minimum from, when you were originally playing it.
Yeah.
But it's so great.
I have
so
no
excited.
idea how much I told you. None.
I know what Dionysus looks like, and that's all that's important.
That's all that matters. We could just be done with it now. We finished. That's the episode. You know what Dionysus looks like. That's the Hades game.
Perfect. And for this extra special episode where Charlie is going to explain the game Hades to me, and we will share the PowerPoint that goes along with this, we are joined by our friend Ray.
Hi. Hades is a really good game. Can't wait to talk about it.
So, Ray is in Cabin 15, which is Hypnos, which I promise we get to
at some point.
Eventually.
It's not important now.
And if you... Yeah. Oh. You'll understand later. If you can give the listeners your pronouns and anything you want to say before we get started.
Yeah, my pronouns are they, them, or ze, them, whichever is fine. And that's about all I want to share right now.
Sounds
cool.
About right. Okay, I'm hyped for this.
I just wanted to start out by saying before we even start this wonderful PowerPoint that I feel like you'll understand this when we go through it, but I think this is very timely for November and Thanksgiving, for that the forced family togetherness feel. It's Greek mythology, so you get it, but this game, dysfunctional families, that's it. That's the whole bit.
Oh, the episode's over? Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna end 5 times. This is actually Return of the King.
Oh my god.
With the 50 endings.
Oh my god.
Alright.
No.
Well, this is Hades Explained.
Yep, let's play. So we start out at the House of Hades. It's the home base of the game. And it's a big house where all the underworld gods live together. Yay, close friends and family.
Though.
There is a pool of blood,
Oh well.
For you to emerge from when you die.
You are in fact in the underworld, so dying, it's a thing. More on that later.
The best part of this game, though, of course, is the little ghost chef. He's really the best. You give him fish and he cuts them up. It's great.
An important thing to know about Ray is that they love fishing in any game. If the game
Fishing
has fishing, that's their favorite thing.
Fishing is the best part of any game. Except maybe Stardew Valley. That fishing is hard in Stardew Valley.
Shade thrown at Stardew Valley?
No, it's the shade is thrown at me for being bad at video games.
No, bad. You're great at video games. You beat Hades before
I
me.
don't know about that. I also got the game before you.
That's not important.
This is a weird fight y'all are having.
We did not figure out how we were doing this before, so I'm just riffing, just so you know.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay, let's move on. Now, for our main character, Zagreus. He's the best.
He is.
The
man, the myth, the legend, like literally, because you know it's mythology. Yeah, this is the guy you play. This is your boy.
It sure is. He's got skulls on his shoulder, as you do.
Dog skulls.
At the beginning of the game, you believe he is the son of Hades and Nyx. But is that the truth?
It's a lie. It's actually a lie. Lies!
Shocking.
He's cool. He has flaming feet. They're on fire.
They sure are. And
good.
he has one red eye and one green eye.
And the green eyes from his mom. I love that. That's one of my favorite details, so I had to put it in here.
It's very cute. But who is his mom? I guess we'll find out later.
Well, it's not Nyx.
Nope, but she is a MILF. I'm just saying.
Holy shit, I love this character design.
The character
Isn't
designs
she
are the
great?
best thing. They're so good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so...
I think it's cute that, like, even after Zagreus finds out that Nyx is not his biological mother, that she's still, like, you know, a mother figure in his life, and she's like, you are still my child, and that's all, and we're still close, and everything's great, and it's really cute.
Yeah, she's just cool.
That's my heart.
She's so pretty. And she gives you the Mirror of Night, which gives you, like, cool power-ups and stuff in the game. Because, yes, of course, this is a game, and you have to play things and fight things. More
What's
on
up with
fighting
that?
We'll get there. But the plot is the
You
important thing.
fight in this game?
No, actually.
What?
Here's Hypnos. It's Ray's dad.
Yep. That's him.
This is an interesting, everything.
He's great. I find him so funny. He keeps track of when you die and how you die, and then you emerge from a pool of blood, and he says, wow, so the rats killed you this time, huh? Except funnier, because he's, you know, a cool guy.
And then sometimes he's just sleeping. And
Yes.
then you walk up to him, and then he's like, whoop, I'm fine.
Definitely
Okay.
wasn't just sleeping.
So he's Blathers from Animal Crossing?
Oh my god, he is.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
And you say he's annoying, but in the best way possible? Well, Blathers is annoying in the worst way possible.
You're
don't like
absolutely right,
Blathers?
Taylor.
He
I
needs
love
to shut
Blathers.
up.
What?
I don't care. I don't need his information about the fish.
I am so shocked by this. I live to hear Blathers speak. I was so excited when the deep sea creatures were introduced and he started talking more. It was great. I love Blathers. The only thing I don't like about Blathers is that he doesn't like bugs, which makes me sad.
Ray,
But
I'm
still,
sorry.
I
but
love
this
hearing
is-
about them.
This is a Blathers slander podcast now. I fucking
No.
hate him, sorry.
He's a cute little owl with a sweater vest.
I
How
think
can
he's
you not
cute.
like
I
him?
just want him to stop talking.
I just want to drop off my bugs.
Oh, here we go. Here's the romances. I
yes,
love it.
this is actually a dating sim.
It is.
Good.
We got Thanatos. He's on the left. Your typical emo gay death boy. You know the
too.
type. We have Dusa. You know, like Medusa. She's a floating Gorgon head, and she's just like the sweetest person ever. But she's
Wait, that's a
Gorgon.
love interest that
Yes,
you can have?
yes,
It's
yes,
just
she
a floating
is.
head?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes. And then there's Meg, and
Okay.
she will step on you, and you will like it.
Yep.
She looks like it. Is she holding a whip in her hand?
Yes, she
She
is.
sure is!
Yes. She whips and she nays.
No. Cut that out, please. Oh my god.
She's a fury, Taylor. That's why I said it. Oh my god. And then there's Skelly. He
Yep, we got
exists.
Skelly.
Is this Igor?
He looks like it, doesn't
Looks
he?
like Igor.
Actually, he reminds me of a Scooby-Doo villain. Anyway, been watching too much
He
of that.
is just, your designated punching bag. So you have weapons in the game that you can use to fight creatures, and to test out how to use the weapons, you can hit him with them. But why is he helping you? Who even is he? Well, that's a storyline. Takes a long time to figure it
I
out.
haven't
and
even
it's-
tried to do that storyline, because
Really?
I have not. I don't care enough about Skelly.
I mean, all you have to do is talk to him. Do you
I
not
just
talk
like
to him?
punching him.
Did we not learn from our conversation about Blathers that we don't want to listen to them talk?
I I don't understand you people. Dialogue is great. It's the best part of any game.
I want to talk to Hypnos more than I want to talk to Skelly. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, Skelly is voiced by the same person who voices Zagreus, which I find really funny because they
really?
have very different voices.
Well, there's a few people that Darren Korb voices in this game.
Yes, but
we'll talk about
I think,
another one.
Yeah,
I think
but
it's
just
funny.
Skelly and Zagreus just amuses me. Anywho, we've got weapons now.
Weapons! Okay, we have different opinions on the best weapons, though. Like, vastly
Yeah.
differing opinions here.
So objectively, just subjectively, the bow is the best weapon. So I'm
That's
just
a lie.
saying.
I can't decide which is the best one. I love the sword. One thing we have to explain is that you get these weapons can have like different aspects of like different people through like history and mythology and such. So the sword has
Name what the weapons are first.
well, there's the sword, there's the
Spear.
Is it just a spear? Okay. Spear,
Yeah.
shield, bow, fists.
Fists and gun.
And it's just it's a gun. It's a fucking
Okay.
gun.
It's just a gun.
Okay.
I love it.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
the sword,
There are different versions of each weapon
It
that
has-
have slightly different properties.
its highest aspect is Arthur, like King Arthur, and it's my favorite thing, and I go through things so fast with that weapon. It's
You
Yeah.
do enjoy your Arthur lore.
it's
Yeah,
not
I know in
even
the
lore,
past
it's just powerful.
I've said to you, Charlie, that the sword is my least favorite weapon, and I've changed my mind. The sword is decent, but my least favorite weapon is the spear, because
I
it doesn't
also
do
love the
any fucking
spear.
damage.
I'm sorry, I also love the spear. We also have different fighting styles.
How does the shield do damage? It's a shield.
you fight
You
it?
hit
It's
people
Captain
with it.
America.
Okay.
It's fucking Captain America. You use it like him. Like it's a frisbee.
Okay.
Also, for one of the things that you can use it and it just kind of like spins on its own. Like, it's weird. You throw it and then it just spins in an area on its own and it hits the bad guys.
Yeah, it
It's
just
great.
levitates in the middle of the room.
Is that aspect of Zeus?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I only just started using that recently.
Yeah. Fun fact, one of the aspects of the gun, the highest aspect of it is Lucifer.
Yep. I love the dialogue. I guess I shouldn't talk about that yet, but when you use it and they're like, who is Lucifer? And Zagreus is just like, I don't know, some cool, awesome dude,
Yeah, but we just have like different fighting styles where I like all the like short range things because I just like go up to the bad guys and I hit them immediately. And then Ray's like, no, I'm not gonna get hit by them, so I'm gonna stand behind things and use the long range weapons.
I'm going to be safe and not die.
I don't die!
well,
That's
actually,
why they finished the game first.
This is how a Gryffindor versus a Slytherin fights.
I actually do like the fists, though, which are the shortest range weapon, but they're pretty fun. So
Yeah, the fists are also good. The only one I hate is the bow. And I kind of hate the gun sometimes.
Different opinions. We could talk about this all day.
We could.
Okay, so next we have keepsakes. Then you get keepsakes when you give a friend a nectar, and then they give you a present. Yay!
Here's a random present. Thanks.
The presents are great. They give you like little powers during the run. So some of them,
I would hope so. I would hope they're not just like random shit.
Yeah, so like some of them reduce the amount of damage you take, some of them give you more health, and some of them give you more money, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, I like them a lot. I'm trying to get all of them up to 3 stars, because the more you use them, the better they get.
I feel like the one I usually use is Achilles' Broken Spear.
Yeah,
does
I
that do?
normally I start with one of the ones from the Olympian gods, because that way you can decide whose boons you get first. And then I use a random one, and then I use the pomegranate one, and then I use the acorn, which means a whole lot. I'm sure if
You
you've never
swap
played
them
Hades,
between the game. I don't swap. I just use one for a whole run. I play this game so weird.
I think it's less that you play it weird and more that you play it without strategy.
Like I said, Gryffindor versus Slytherin. And there are more keepsakes as well.
Yeah, so with the romance options as well as with some other characters, you can get like super cool extra keepsakes. And you have to do longer form quests in order to get them, but they do like a really cool thing. So, like, for example, Thanatos' keepsake will do 3,500 damage in a big area, which is cool.
I love it. I really like that one.
It helps he's the god of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like Achilles' one, which does like 2 counts of 1,500 damage, I think. Something like that. Okay, now let's get into the run.
Yeah, so you start escaping the underworld, and you have to go the bottom to the top, because that's the plot of it. Did we explain what the plot of this game was yet, Ray?
No, we kind of put it off. So essentially, you're Zagreus, and you really hate your dad Hades because he makes you do boring things. So you're like, I'm gonna get out of the underworld. I'm going to leave.
Yeah,
so you have to fight your way out.
You have to start at the bottom. You have to start at Tartarus, which, I mean, it's kind of like the easiest one after you figure out what the heck you're doing, but...
Yeah,
that's normally how that works.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks at first. I had a time, but...
Yeah, you have to get used to what the enemies do, and you have to learn how they hit you and what.
And those
it's fairly simple once you're used to it.
Of the enemies, there's skeletons. Most of these we don't remember the names of. When we were looking them up, we were just like, "What the fuck? I don't remember this name. What does that do?"
Well, it's not like they tell you what the names are during the game.
Exactly. You're just like, "Oh, it's that glowing one."
Like
Fuck
you
that.
have like an encyclopedia or whatever that you fill out. So if you looked at that, you could figure out what their names are. But for the most part, why would you do that? So
yeah,
that's how the Ravenclaw would play.
Well, none of us here are Ravenclaws. Also, there are the Olympians. Fun fact: they do not have all 12 Olympians in this game, and it upsets me. But
yep,
we'll get there. Here's the first 4. We have Aphrodite, Ares, Artemis, and Athena, and they give you cool boons. It's like a really cool power thing.
Each god has a different like set of boons that you can choose from, and you're offered like 3 random ones, and then you have to pick them. And throughout the course of the run, you get more and more boons. You can have up to 4 different gods per run.
Yeah, and so Aphrodite's power makes enemies weaker, so they can't hit you as hard. Ares inflicts doom, which gives a fixed amount of damage after a time. Artemis gives critical hits, and Athena gives you various shields. And we both agree that when you get Divine Dash, it's the best thing. So as well as
I'm just in love with their character design.
The character design in this game is so good.
It's just fucking spectacular. So as well as like the things that you hit with like your weapons, you also get your special dash, because remember, he's got flaming feet. So he's got a cool thing. And so when Athena gives you the Divine Dash, you just get shields around you as
every
you dash.
Every time you dash, yeah.
And so you can just like hit people with their own shit, and it's great.
Yeah, although I've decided that I'm trying to back off from Divine Dash a bit, because I think I'm using it as a crutch, and I need to be able to use other dashes too, so.
That's fair. I also like some other ones that we haven't gotten to.
Yeah, but like if you look at the stats on my game, and it tells you like how often you use each boon, and Divine Dash is like twice the amount of the next highest boon. Like I've used it so many times. Because every time it's offered, I'm just like, yep, taking that one.
I'd also like to say before we move to the next slide,
I'm taking weird notes, don't worry.
Okay. That I thought the Athena symbol was Apollo for like a couple of runs. And then every time I would get sad because I was like, oh, it's Athena. Like, I love her, but I really wanted to, like, see Apollo in the game, and he's not in the game. Like,
I also like how they're not all white.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stand.
Good shit. So we have more Olympians.
Yay! Guess what my favorite is?
9. Is it Dionysus?
Absolutely, because you know what his power is? He gives enemies hangovers.
Yep, and that just does continuous damage.
Yeah.
Good.
It's great.
Fucking good.
Demeter,
Like small amounts of damage. But...
they changed Demeter for this game where she's like just more of like a winter goddess instead of like green because cooler powers. And so lots of ice stuff going on. She inflicts chill, makes enemies slower.
Her symbol is still green, but it's a frozen
But it's
green.
ice. It's icy green. Hermes.
I don't like that, but okay.
Yeah. Well, it kind of fits with like the theming of the game. When you get there, we'll get there, okay? Hermes makes you faster and lets you dodge stuff. Poseidon shoves enemies away, which is not really helpful, actually.
Because you kind of want to hit the enemies. So you hit them, and then they get thrown away, and it's like, oh, well, now I have to run after you.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. And then Zeus just hits them with lightning bolts.
Yep.
Pew pew.
Also, I do want to clarify, I said before that you can have up to 4 gods per run. That's not technically true because you have Hermes on every single run. So that would be 5 gods.
Is that because of his role as a psychopomp, or
Maybe
Just because it's good to have
I don't
speedy
know.
abilities.
Yeah.
And his abilities aren't the same as the other gods. Like, all the other gods have, like, a boon that makes your attack better. But Hermes doesn't have that boon.
No, he doesn't.
He just has other different boons.
My
so.
favorite is
Okay.
the one that gives you money, like
Oh,
in
I
every
love
room.
that one.
It's my favorite one. Like,
It's a good boon.
I need it.
okay? So we're missing Hera and
Yes.
Hephaestus
And Apollo.
Apollo. That's the third one.
Is that it?
Hera has a weapon aspect. The bow has
'Cause-
aspect of Hera, but yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then we have
Chaos.
chaos.
Chaos!
Non-binary. We stand.
Chaos uses they them pronouns in the game and everything. Yay! And they're besties with Nyx, which is cool.
Aren't they like Nyx's parents? Isn't that?
Are they? I don't know. They're just
I thought that's how that
like,
happened, and they had a weird like
I don't know.
thing.
I just know they're estranged at the start of the game, and you help them. There's a storyline where you help them see each other again, and it's cute.
Yes, I know.
I always
that's
thought
a
they were just
storyline.
friends, but I don't know. Maybe they're related that way. I don't know.
Everyone in this game is related. Let's be clear. Although
Yeah.
they kind of make the Olympians a little bit less incestuous.
They did try. They tried really hard to
They
make it less
really
incestuous.
did, and it's really weird. And I don't want to have to explain that.
That's fine.
But yeah, Chaos has interesting boons. You have to lose health to get to Chaos, and then they give you boons that fuck you over, and then it's all good. It's great.
Yeah, that sounds right for chaos.
It's just a
Yeah.
little bit.
That sounds about right.
It's pretty chaotic, you know?
Do they have a third eye,
At least.
or is that just like a weird?
I think that's just
Well-
their symbol. I don't know
Okay.
what exactly it's supposed to be, but
Okay, I mean, obviously they have other eyes on them, but I meant like specifically the.
the one on their forehead, yeah.
Their whole
Yeah.
design is just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next let's talk about artifacts. And these are things you can get during the run. And most of these you keep after the run is over, not all of them though.
So, like, each
Um,
room has, like, one of those as, like, a symbol, and then, that's what you're gonna get if you defeat the room. So.
Yes. You either get a boon at the end of the room or you get one of these artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have darkness, which you can use to get permanent upgrades. Because, to be clear, every time you start a run and try to get it out of the underworld, you have to start over from the beginning. You don't have any of the boons you had on the last run.
Oof.
Yep. It's fine. It's all good.
But darkness can give you permanent upgrades.
and it gives you upgrades to the Mirror of Night, which is the one that Nyx gave you, and it's great.
Yay.
And then there's the obols, which can be used to buy stuff at Charon's little store. We'll talk about him in a bit.
These don't carry over between runs. It's
They
just
do not.
you start, yeah.
Most of these
Yeah,
things
so-
don't. So, well, except the gems. The gems in the darkness.
And the
are only-
keys.
Oh, right, the keys.
But the centaur hearts give you more health.
Yeah.
Pomegranates upgrade boons. Hammers make your weapon cooler and better in different ways.
Yeah.
You have keys, which you can use to unlock weapons. And you have gems, which you can use to buy rugs and things.
Yeah, the
for the
gems
House
is
of
fun.
Hades.
You just get to buy stuff for your room.
You just get to decorate.
Yeah, exactly. You get to decorate. It's so
That's-
much fun.
That's like one of the things you have to do. Doesn't that like help you
Yeah,
with
it's
Dusa?
they're part of. There are some storylines. Yeah, I think Dusa's storyline. You have to
Because-
upgrade the lounge or whatever.
Yeah, because she works in the House of Hades, so, like, you have to help her with her job a little bit, and then you get to, like, have some chit-chat time, and it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, so the floating head just does jobs?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just gonna keep coming back to the floating head being a love interest.
I mean, she's a floating head, but she has, like, snakes for hair?
How does that...
Well, the snakes have bodies, right? So it's not just a head. Like, there's snake bodies.
Yeah, but, like, you can't do anything if they're just a head.
Okay, I'm gonna be clear.
You're
she
forgetting
is a
there are
love
snakes.
interest. She is a love interest, but at the end of her, like, route, she's like, actually, I only like you as a friend, so I'm gonna have to turn you down, Zagreus.
That's good. Love that. Love a strong, independent head who don't need no man.
Well, I mean, you're still friends. She still needs you in certain ways, you
You're
know?
best buddies, okay?
Yeah,
I love her. She's so good.
she's so great. I love her. Yeah.
And there's bounties. We get more stuff. There's a lot of stuff because, you know, video
There's a
game.
lot of stuff.
You get these from beating, well, you get most of these from beating bosses. Technically the ambrosia you can get in the rooms, like normal. So you can use the ambrosia, I can't speak. Did I say
Don't
ambrosia?
speak.
Did I mean nectar? I think I meant nectar.
Yes, you meant nectar.
Okay. I was looking at it and I said the wrong thing. So yeah, nectar usually get that normally. You give that to characters to improve your friendship. And then when the friendship is high enough, you give them ambrosia. And then Titan's Blood, you get to upgrade the weapons, which is how you eventually get the cool, like, other aspects of things eventually. And you just get to power them up. And they're stronger. It's great. And then Diamonds, they buy important quest things.
So, like, for example, we said earlier that Chaos and Nyx are estranged at the beginning of the game, so you can use diamonds to buy a portal that allows Nyx to go to seek Chaos.
This is funny because my dog's name is Chaos, so that's what I think of every time.
That's a good name.
Actually, their name is Kausa, which is the Russian word for chaos, because my dad got them right when Trump kept saying no chaos. So I suggested the Russian word for chaos.
Nice.
I'm fine. Go ahead.
So then we have friends that you can meet during the run.
Boldy!
Yes.
Boldy. Yes. Friends. Sisyphus and Boldy. Taylor's dying currently, and I love it so much.
So fucking cute!
It's a boulder with a face on it, and he is your friend. Yep. And Sisyphus is
and
not...
so is Sisyphus, I guess.
He's not a jerk like he is in actual mythology, which is nice.
But
Sisyphus is the worst.
Yeah.
In the game, it's like, when he was alive, he was a dick, and now that you're not, it's nicer now, so.
Okay.
He's had some growth, you know? And he'll give you, like, health or coins if you see him in Tartarus, and then you can be his friend. And then when you max out his friendship, you can friend Boldy, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor
And Boldy
is
will give you,
smiling.
like, little mini boons that don't do a whole lot, but...
But you can be friends with Boldy!
Yes, you can.
Taylor, are you okay? Are you gonna cry? Are you currently crying?
My favorite character in things are always like things like Boldy. My favorite character in One Piece is Laboon the whale because he's just so random and so cute. Did I cry a little?
And then we do a swift 180 here. The Furies.
The Furies.
Hot fucking ladies.
They're great.
Yeah. So Meg, the one in the middle, she's great. That's the one you get to romance. Electo is the one on the right. She's kind of the worst. And just like the hardest to fight, actually. What is the thing that she does? Like, it's just a whirling thing of death, and
yeah,
it hits you.
she sends like a chainsaw at you, but it's just the saw part. I don't know.
It kind of moves around like the shield, actually.
Yeah, it is like the shield, or like the blade wrists that Ares gives you.
It's just the fucking worst. And then Tisiphone. So Tisiphone can only say one word, and it's murder or murderer.
Oh, good.
And then eventually she learns how to say your name, and it's very cute. And her thing is that she makes the room smaller.
It's not very difficult. I like her.
Yeah. They're like the big like boss at the end of Tartarus. And it's a toss-up which one you're gonna get. So.
Yep, it's just random.
So you want to hope you get Tisiphone because she's the easiest?
She kind of is the easiest, yeah. Like,
in my opinion, like, or in our opinion.
I mean, Meg is also pretty easy too.
You see, the thing is, in my runs, I always have the option turned on where you fight all three of them at the same time, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well...
That sounds like a bad idea.
You only have to kill one of them, but you are fighting.
But you increase your risk of dying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's fine. It's fine. You don't have to worry about that when you're first playing the game for plot. We're running through the plot part.
Yeah, sorry. Hey, we got out of Tartarus. Now we're in Asphodel.
Asphodel! For some reason, this place is hot as hell. This has nothing to do with mythology, but it's on fire.
There's just lava everywhere.
And it burns your feet even though your feet are on fire. I'm really actually mad about this. I'm actually mad. Like, why the fuck? And somehow this is supposed to be a better place than Tartarus. Remember, if we're thinking mythologically, this is supposed to be better than Tartarus. Tartarus was just kind of dank and dark, and then Asphodel's just like on fire.
They should be switched.
This is my idea. That's what I think. It should be switched. But like Tartarus is easier and Asphodel is harder. So,
yep.
Yeah, it's annoying to me. Also, you get to fight little Medusa heads, and it's really funny when you talk to Dusa about them. She's like,
Yeah, she's just like, I'm not friends with them.
Sorry.
And then next we have more friends.
Friends! More friends! Orpheus and
Eurydice.
Eurydice.
Don't like Orpheus.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that one.
I don't love his hair. It's a thing.
That's what's getting me.
I like him. I like his design. It's a little clownish, yes, but...
Yeah, that's all I see is a clown.
You know, he's the court musician, so it kind of makes sense. But so,
we're under a tornado warning now. That's fun.
Oh no!
Fucking Zeus is trying to curse us again. That's what I'm getting from this. So, Orpheus is actually in the House of Hades. Like, he doesn't start out there, right? Doesn't he come out there?
No, you
later?
have to. I forget exactly what you have to do, but yeah, he eventually comes to the House of Hades.
Yeah,
and he doesn't want to sing at that point.
Yeah, and then Eurydice is in Asphodel, and so. And you meet her there.
She makes your boons better.
Yeah, I love when we get to see her. She's always singing. Orpheus is not always singing because he's sad.
Yeah, but eventually you help them get back together, and then Orpheus is happy, so he starts singing again.
And one of my favorite things is that at one point in the game, you can convince Orpheus that Zagreus is Dionysus, and then Orpheus writes a song about that. And it's great. So there is, in fact, a song about Orpheus, or Zagreus being Dionysus on the album. Yeah. Also, the singing voice for Orpheus is Darren Korb, who voices Zagreus.
Yep, and Skelly.
Okay.
He just did everything.
It's really funny. It's really funny when Zagreus is like, Orpheus, your singing voice is just so beautiful. And it's like, yeah, that's you.
Darren Korb did so much for this. He wrote all of the music for this game. He voices the main character. He voices Skelly. Like, this fucking guy.
It's fine.
It's great. Yeah. And then they're happy together, and it's great. Lernie!
So we get to the final boss of Asphodel, and it's a bone hydra, which is a hydra made of bones.
The Lernaean hydra, which is why you call him Lernie.
Ah, I see. I didn't know that.
I knew this. They're great. It's great.
So Lernie's a bit of an easier boss. So you fight one big head and then a bunch of smaller ones come out, and you fight the smaller ones, and then you fight the big head again. You keep doing this until Lernie eventually dies. So sad.
So you in fact do have to kill the heads.
For once.
For once. It's also weird because, like we said, Asphodel is, like, it's weirdly hard with, like, the fact that you can't step in certain places, but, like, Lernie is then, like, a really easy boss. So, I guess it kind of evens out in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't find Asphodel, like, all that difficult. It's definitely easier than the next area, which is...
Elysium, however you say that word.
Elysium.
Yeah, I didn't say it because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's it's the nice place. It's green, it's grassy, it's wonderful. Everyone is trying to kill you. In fact, some of the people are actually chariots.
Yep, just
Okay.
chariots. No people on the chariots.
Just fucking chariots.
Just chariots.
And then some of them are chariots that just blow up.
Yeah,
we fucking
they're
hate them.
obnoxious.
They're the worst.
You just have to run around until they blow themselves up, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. And then
There's also butterfly balls.
fucking butterfly
Which
balls.
is just a bunch of butterflies packed into a ball, and every time a butterfly flies off and it hits you, it does damage, and it's like, there are so many butterflies.
This is very mythologically accurate, you know? Like, a lot of people fought butterfly balls in Greek mythology.
Yes.
And then when you fight the, like, actual people ones with the weapons, you have to kill them twice. And it's really annoying.
Mhm.
Because then they turn into, like, a little, like a flame
They turn
kinda
like a
thing?
soul.
Yeah, like a soul.
I think it's supposed to be their soul. And you have that doesn't do any damage, but you have to kill it before it comes back to the person form.
Because it will come back.
Mhm.
And then Zagreus will be like, oh no, we came back. And you're like, yes, I understand that.
Thanks
Yeah.
for letting me know, Zagreus.
And then we have the best, Achilles and Patroclus.
Yay!
I fucking love them.
They were in that article about queer dads in video games.
They are the queer dads.
They are.
I think at one point I thought Achilles was like romanceable, and then I was like, oh wait, they're gonna have an Achilles Patroclus storyline, right?
Yeah.
And then I
Yep.
was right.
Yep, so Patroclus will give you a couple different options, like things that you can use. So there are Death Defiances, which when you die, it'll bring you back to life. And he will restore all your Death Defiances, or he gives you more health, or he makes your attack stronger.
I feel
So
like
he's
I
cool.
almost always use the Death Defiance one.
Well, see, the thing is, normally I don't need the Death Defiance one.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick. There's a good chance I'm gonna have to leave, because the tornado is not far from here,
Oh dear.
and we will be going downstairs. It's okay for now, but if you just see me get up, don't question it. Just keep talking about Hades.
Alrighty. So, yeah.
We're
so-
thriving here.
Yeah, another storyline is getting Achilles and Patroclus back together. It's very cute.
Yeah, and Achilles
Yay.
is your personal trainer, and he chills in the House of Hades, and you can talk to him every
Which
so
one
often.
is which?
Achilles is on the left.
That's what I
Yeah,
figured.
He's
but-
got the spear, pointy spear. Yeah, and
Yep.
they're adorable.
Then we got the two bosses.
The unlikeliest
Again.
of besties.
They're the
Why?
best besties.
What the hell?
I also love that the Minotaur gets a fucking name here. It's Asterius and Theseus.
That's his actual name in the myths. Is Asterius.
I feel like they never name him. Like, it's always just the Minotaur.
No, he has a name.
Well, my life is a lie.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
if
leave
you
now.
if you read anything that involves the Minotaur, it's the name Asterius.
This is
We're
a lie.
learning.
So you gotta fight both of
Okay.
these guys at the same time. Sometimes you actually have to fight, like, Asterius before for a little bit.
But yeah, he'll be a mini boss who you fight like halfway through.
And then you
Elysium
don't
and-
beat him. You just, like, he taps out before he can die. And it's very
Yeah, and then he
annoying.
goes and drinks a health potion and is back at full strength by the time you reach him.
It's very annoying. I try to avoid him like the plague.
I don't mind him. He's fine.
I just don't like fighting him twice. Because
It can be a little dull. Yeah. It's like, oh, I already fought you. Now I have to do it again.
I was gonna say I die, if that happens.
Oh.
But yeah, Theseus is annoying and a dude bro, and I hate him.
Yeah, and he has a stupid fucking shield, and I hate it. Get rid of, like,
Yeah, he uses a shield like a shield should be used, and I hate it.
yeah. It's
Okay,
like, why
most-
can't I hit you? You're holding a
I will-
shield.
I was wrong. It's normally Asterion, not Asterius.
Well,
But
you lied to me, Taylor. You're canceled.
still, he does. In Crete, they call him Asterion. Sorry, that was just very important to me. I was
well,
like, I know
it had
I'm
to
not
be
making this up.
Asterius and Theseus
Yeah, I mean,
for
I
the
get why they did it.
S's.
Because it's not there, because it's them together, you know? Us. It's very cute. Anywho, once you beat them, you get into the Temple of Styx.
Yay! You're almost out. You've almost escaped the underworld. Can you believe it?
Almost. Well, technically at this point, don't they say, like, you're out of the underworld?
Technically you are out, but like you're not in the mortal world
Yeah.
yet either.
You're in theoretical purgatory.
Yeah, kinda.
That area in between.
Kinda. Except it's like the sewers because there's fucking rats everywhere and it sucks.
Yum.
Yeah.
Yep. So to get to the final boss, you have to go get a satyr sack to give to Cerberus, so he'll let you go through.
The goodest boy.
The goodest boy.
Bestest boy.
Love him.
So there are like 6 tunnels you can go through, and which one has the sack is random. So
Yeah.
you might get it immediately, or it might take you a long time. Bit obnoxious.
This is only Ray's perspective that it's not a hard section. I think it's a very hard section. I really hate it.
I don't think the enemies are all that bad. They just have a lot of health.
I really hate the satyrs because they just spit poison at you. And
yeah,
I really hate it.
You don't just spit poison at people? Have I been doing this wrong the whole time?
No, I don't. I don't spit poison at people, Taylor. Maybe
not personally. I don't do that either. But Charlie, I think this partially might be because you don't tend to play with headphones in, because they have a sound cue before they spit at you.
Yeah, I don't even have sound on half the time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, if you have sound, then you can hear them about to spit at you, so you can just dash out of the way, and it's not as difficult.
It's great when you have Divine Dash once again, because then they get to
then
poison
you can
themselves.
Poison them.
And it's
That's
great. And then they die faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's always fun when that happens. Like, ha, you get poisoned.
And then there's Charon. He's technically been there throughout the whole game, but like he has like a little shop in the Temple of Styx that's like it's always there. But you usually run into him a couple times per like section of the Underworlds.
Yeah.
He gives you stuff. You buy stuff.
Well,
from
he
him.
does not give you stuff. You have to buy them.
He gives you stuff when you buy it. You pay for it.
Sorry, I didn't let you finish.
Yes. So you can get like the boons, the health, all of the things, and you can also steal his money, which unlocks him as a boss fight. And every time that happens to me, I die like 5 seconds after defeating him. So I do not make it through that run.
See, the thing is, like, I'm always, like, more focused on finishing the run. So I'm like, oh, I can steal the money right now, but I'm like, but I don't want to die. And since I never fight him, I don't know how to fight him. So I'm like, if I fight him now, I'll definitely die, and that would...
Yeah, because, like, I only see the thing... I've only noticed it, at least, the 2 times that I fought him, like, in Tartarus, and that's when you're at your weakest, so...
Yeah, so he's the same boss fight no matter when you steal the money. So if you fight him at the very beginning of the run, it's, like, a lot harder.
Yeah, so I die, like, maybe the next room after I've defeated him, so it doesn't matter. But once you fight with him, doesn't he give you, like, a discount the rest of the run?
He does. He gives you, like, a card or something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never beaten him because I only fought him, like, literally once.
Yeah. Oh, well. But he's great. Love him. He only speaks in, like, grr.
Yeah.
That's all he says, and I love it.
You talk to him, and he's just like, that's what he says.
The goodest boy, Cerberus. He's just your friend. I love him.
Yep.
Okay,
so
guys, keep talking about Hades, but I have to go.
Okay.
Finish the episode. It is not good.
Okay.
Okay.
Please feel free to finish talking about it so the episode is finished. But we're getting weird noises and stuff from outside now.
Okay, well, stay safe.
Yes, I will let you know once the storm is over.
Please do.
Have fun.
Okay.
I'll try not to die.
Please try.
Okay, goodbye. I love you.
Love you. Don't die.
So next on our PowerPoint is Cerberus, who we already talked about.
But
he's the best boy.
The goodest fucking boy. You can give him nectar.
Yeah, when I was playing this game, the button to pet him and the button to give him nectar are like
right next to each other.
I think it's
aren't
like
they?
I think it's like either bumper or both bumpers or something. I don't know. I remapped the controls at some point, so I don't think
But it's
anymore.
like
But I kept
right next to
accidentally
it.
giving him nectar.
Instead
I kept
of
accidentally
patting
giving him
him.
nectar. Yeah.
He's just great. I love this boy.
So he's the first one I maxed out friendship with. And also, every time you max out friendship, you have to do like a little quest for each person. And his is just, you have to pet him like 50 times, which was not difficult
I
to
did
do.
not realize it was, wow, that's a lot.
I don't know what the exact number is. It could be 10, it could be 100. Like, I
Might
really
be.
don't know. I don't
I
remember.
have no idea. But also he is in the House of Hades as well as in the Temple of Styx. But this is where he's like important plot things. Yeah. And then you're in Greece.
And then once you give him the Seder sack, you get to Greece.
And that's why
Greece.
it's all winter, and that's why Demeter is winter themed for reasons that will become clear in another second. But yeah,
So first off, we have the final boss. And who is it?
oh my god.
It's Hades.
Plot
It's your
twist.
dad. Shocking. I know.
Die,
Who would've
father! Die!
Die. Hades doesn't want you to leave the underworld. He's like, no, Zagreus, go back. So you have to kill him first.
His fucking beard, like
It is kind of funny. I don't. It's more like a mustache, right? Like,
yeah. What if those like what is it called when they're just like standing there and like they have like those like when they're standing the actual game? He just like does this sometimes with his like arms on it. I don't know. Never mind.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Like there was a time when I was talking to him and he was like actually standing up later in the game. He just like puts his arms, crosses them over his chest, and it's just like a weird like why is that your go-to like thing?
Do you think he was just crossing his arms and the sprite was a little off?
I don't know. It just looked so weird. But maybe he was supposed to be like just crossing his arms like regular. But his hands were on his shoulders and I'm like, why? It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he don't want you to leave the underworld, and his boss fight is fucking interesting.
Yep, he's got 2 health bars, so he dies and then he comes back at full health. So 2 stages to the fight.
And then he like
he's a
disappears
fun
a
boss
bunch, and he brings all the other people back.
Yeah, so I know it's supposed to be that he turns invisible, but my brain always says he's disappeared underground.
Yeah, I always think he just disappears.
I always think he like teleported underneath the ground, but I know he just turned invisible, so I don't know.
Darkness.
Yep, and when you beat him, you get to meet Persephone.
It's Mom! Yay. Oh my god, it's your mom!
Your real mom! Your biological mom, to be clear.
I mean, Nyx is still kind of your mom, but like, Persephone's your bio mom.
I misspoke, but
yes.
So, you don't realize this when you first start playing the game, but after a few runs, you realize that, Persephone is your mother, and that's why you keep trying to get out of the underworld, so you can talk to her.
Yeah.
So it's actually really cute, because you fight out of the underworld and you beat Hades and you go talk to her, but since you're Hades' kid, you can't survive in the mortal realm. So you just die after a few minutes.
Yeah.
But, so he keeps fighting his way out of the underworld to go talk to Persephone for like 5 minutes. And it's really cute.
So cute, and it's so sweet, and he just wants to get to know his mom.
Yeah, and he talks to her, and he like helps her work out her romance issues with Hades.
Yeah.
And then after you beat Hades 10 times, she'll come with you back to the underworld.
And Charon will take you both back, just down the river.
Yeah.
And it's great. And
then
then
the credits will play.
Yes! Oh my god, In the Blood. Fucking love that song.
Yep.
And it's the Parent Trap. That's what this turned into. You get your parents back together.
Mm-hmm.
And then, whoa, there's stuff after this. Whoa! Epilogue!
Because the game just keeps going.
It just never stops.
Yep. So we talked about this. But after she comes back to the underworld with you, there's an epilogue that you can get. And it's like a really long quest to try and get it. But eventually you give out invites to all the Olympians, and then they come down to the underworld and they meet Persephone and they're like, hi! Or they've already met her? I don't remember.
I also just like love Persephone and Nyx. Just like I love their friendship. I also kind of ship them, but like I just love them. They're your moms.
Yep, Zagreus has 2 moms, but they're not gay
But they
in the game.
But
they are kind of gay.
they're kind of gay. I don't know. The way Nyx talks about Persephone, it feels kind of gay.
It's pretty gay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even after you get the epilogue, and there's literally no reason for you to continue fighting out of the underworld, Hades is just like, well, I guess you can keep running through if you want to test the defenses.
Yeah, now you're like an
And
employee.
we can-
It's your job to like fight him and
Fight
kill
out
him.
Yep, that's your job, and you just keep playing.
Yeah, and the little
And-
icon there is the heat that you put on, so you make things like harder. Like when Ray said they
Yeah.
fight with all the Furies at once, that's one of the things that you can do.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different options you can use to make the game a little harder, and each time you make it, like, harder, you can get more, of the bounties, so the Titan's Blood and the diamonds and the, ambrosia. Because you get those after fighting bosses, but once you've fought them once, you don't get that anymore unless you make the game harder.
Yeah.
So that's
It's fun.
Hades.
And that's why I usually fight with
Yeah.
the sword, because it's so much easier to get the bounties.
See, I'm trying to even it out so they're all at the same heat level.
Yeah.
So I did that
well,
at first. I got to heat level 12 with the bow and like 9 with the gun and nothing with the rest of them. And now I'm up to 10 or 11 with all of them, and the bow's still at 12.
I am not even close. And
I have
I feel like I've only gotten
2 more
on the bow.
prophecies. I have 2 more prophecies, and then I'll have completed like every possible storyline.
Yeah. It's a fun game. I think that is the
It's a
gist
good
of
game.
this. It's great. Some
I
things
can't
are
stop
kind
playing.
of mythology.
It's really kind of taken over my life.
Yeah, when Ray was like visiting me a little bit ago, we just kind of like played Hades in the same room on our different Switches, and we just vibed because it's
Yep.
a single player game. It's not like we played together. We just kind of sat
Yep.
there and vibed.
Yeah, that's friendship, man.
That is friendship, exactly. Some of this is mythologically accurate, some of this is not, but it's great.
All of it is great. It's all
It's
good.
wonderful. I love this game.
It's so good.
Hello, everybody. If you're hearing this, I died in those tornadoes you heard about in the episode. Just kidding. But there were 5, so it's probably a good reason for me to get off the recording. So, just wanted to leave you with my ending thoughts after watching most of the presentation and then going back and seeing what I missed. I definitely think I would be interested in playing the game, except I'm so bad with hand-eye coordination. But Charlie has convinced me that I should at least try it, because it's right up my alley. Who doesn't love some good mythology in your video game sphere? So, that was the main takeaway. I am very interested in the character design. As you might have heard in the actual episode, I was very preoccupied with the fact that Zagreus has a relationship with a floating head. That's still the most confusing part, and I think about it often. But what are you gonna do? And Dionysus looks wonderful, and that's mostly because he's the patron god of the pod, but also beautiful design. So, if you get the game, let us know, and we can play it together so that I don't feel so alone. Okay, goodbye. I'm gonna try and avoid Zeus's wrath some more.
Boy. Yeah. Bonus episodes are interesting to end because I have like no fucking clue. Oh yeah, Ray, since you're our guest, do you want to plug any of your things, or are you good at this moment? That is entirely up to you.
I will plug my Tumblr because it's my only thing, and my Tumblr is snakefashion at tumblr.com, or whatever. Snake Fashion. That's my Tumblr.
Yes, type in snakefashion at tumblr.com.
.tumblr.com.
I don't think that's
And
how
then
that
you're-
works.
It's snakefashion.tumblr.com. That's my URL. Yeah.
There we go. We've said
It's
it.
not an email.
We've said it enough times. Somebody will do it. Maybe. Anyway,
Maybe.
they're great. I love Ray, and
I love you too, Charlie.
one of my best friends, and we just love this game. Yeah, I have to figure out a way to outro this. Let's escape the fucking underworld, y'all, and kill our dads, I guess.
Woo!
Yeah.